Today I'm ranking all the artifact domains you can farm on Genshin Impact. So, if you are curious to know what domains deserve your time, wait no more. I gave points to each one of the 2 sets in each domain and got this ranking based on the total points each domain got. So without any furthers, my name is Phoenix and let's start with the worst domain ever. At number 17, as the lowest artifact domain on the list, we have the domain of Guyun, with the Archaic Petra and the Retracing Bolide artifact sets. This domain is at the lowest position simply because both sets perform worse than other options. In this case, Retracing Bolide is a niche set that you just want to use on DPSs that will be protected by a shield, and even though it's not totally useless, you have other options that are more achievable and can offer better damage outputs. And Archaic Petra, even providing decent buffs and nowadays being more accessible thanks to Shilonen, it's still a set you just use on your Geo characters if you can't capitalize on 2 characters using the same set, making this the worst artifact domain to farm. At number 16, we have the Lost Valley, with Echoes of an Offering and Vermilion artifact sets. This domain offers you 2 extremely niche sets that are not even worth to farm for the characters they are meant to work well with. Vermilion is great on Xiao, sure, but Maréchaussée is way better, especially with Furina now. And don't even get me started on Echoes, because as an Ayato main, having a set that requires RNG to trigger and that will have problems depending on your ping is totally not worth it. And the only reason why this domain ranked above the previous one was because at least this has some signature sets for characters. At number 15, we have Slumbering Court, with Husk and Ocean Hood artifact sets. Husk is a good set for defense characters, don't get me wrong, but once again, all the defense scalers except Ito and Noel don't need to use this 4-piece set and can use different sets or just 2-piece combinations. And Ocean Hood Clam, besides being better than Maiden because it provides damage and healing, it still loses to other sets that can offer way more while also increasing your heals. Due to these reasons, this domain is not a bad one, but it's deserving of the top 15. At number 14, and this will be polemic, we have Faded Theater with Harmonic Whimsy and Unfinished Reverie artifact sets. I'm already assuming this one will be polemic due to being the domain for pretty much the last 5-star characters from the Fontaine region, but it's true. Harmonic Whimsy is a good set for both Chlorine and Arlecchino, but both of them can get away by using Gladiator, a set that you passively farm while playing the game. And Unfinished Reverie suffers from a similar problem since it's only the best option for Emily. For these reasons, even though it's a good domain, it ranks below due to how niche the artifacts on it are. At number 13, we have the Midsummer Courtyard, with Thundering Fury and Thunder Suitor artifact sets. And the reason why this domain ranked so low is all thanks to the Thunder Suitor, since it's an artifact set that is made for mono electro teams, which most of us know are completely useless and weak. It's sad to see that the bad set is enough to lower the rank of a good and decent set like Thundering Fury, and I must say that this domain is only here because it's getting carried hard by Thundering Fury, since it's a very good universal set for almost every DPS or sub-DPS from the electro element. At number 12, we have Molten Iron Fortress, with Nymph's Dream and Vorushaka's Glow artifact sets. This domain was the last domain before we were introduced to Fontaine, the Hydro Nation. Nymphs is a good set, don't get me wrong. It provides Hydro damage and attack, making it perfect for any Hydro DPS, right? Yeah, that is if most Hydro DPSs after this launch were not HP scalers. This set is only usable on Ayato, Child and Mona, characters that have better or other options that are more accessible or worth to farm. And regarding Vorushaka, it's a decent set for any HP scaler since its 2-piece is always appreciated, and that's why this domain ranks above the other domains on this list. At number 11, we have Hidden Palace of the Zoo formula, with Crimson Witch and Lava Walker artifact sets. I know some of you may be thinking, this is the same situation of Thundering Fury with Thunder Suitor, where one of them is good and the other one is garbage. But what if I tell you that this domain is the definition of a domain for pyro characters? Crimson Witch is a universal and great set for almost any pyro character that wants to do reactions, and Lava Walker is a decent set for any mono pyro team you are trying to do. And for these reasons, I believe it's a great domain that for sure deserves to be above of the previous ones on the ranking. At 10th place, we have Waterfall Wen, with Song of Days Past and Echoing Woods artifact sets. This domain offers us the best set for healers in my opinion, since unlike the other sets, it provides buff for the on-field character while also helping on your heals, making it the best universal set for healers. And Echoing Woods, even though it's not the universal of a set, it's still the best for the only attack scalers Geo characters we have on the game, and with universal 2-piece for any attack scaler. It's actually funny to see a healer set carry a domain like that, but we can also ignore the value on Echoing Woods, and that's why this domain ranks at 10th place. At 9th place, we have Clear Pool and Mountain Cavern with Noblesse Oblige and Bloodstained Chivalry artifact sets. And I'm sure Noblesse back must be hurting after carrying this domain on its back, because literally, this domain is only on the top 10 thanks to Noblesse. It is an extremely good and universal set for any sustainer or sub DPS, and it completely carries Bloodstained Chivalry, a mid set for physical damage. It's impressive the amount of value a set like Noblesse Oblige can give you, and its only downside is not being able to stack its buff over multiple characters. So for this reason, that's why this domain ranks at 9th place. As 8th place, we have Reach Watch with Tenacity and Pale Flame artifact sets. This is another domain that has a supportive set carrying a physical set. And if I had a coin for every time this happened, I would have 2 coins, which is not good, but it's weird it happened twice. Without memes, Pale Flame is miles ahead Bloodstained in terms of being a good set for physical characters, but it still gets carried by Tenacity. An extremely good and versatile set for any sustainer or sub DPS that scale with HP, and this set offers such good and easy buffs to achieve that sometimes even non-HP scalers use this just for the buffs. For these reasons, this domain ranks at 8th place. As 7th place, we have Valley of Remembrance with the Viridescent Veneer and Maiden Beloved artifact sets. This is another domain that has a really good supportive set and a not so good niche set. Maiden only offers you healing, something other sets in the list offer as well with the addition of extra effects. But the MVP from this domain is none other than Viridescent Veneer, the famous VV for friends. The best and pretty much the only set for anemo buffers. This set is broken, since it can be used by drivers, sub DPSs, sustainers and buffers to buff the damage of any team they are slot into as long as they are not a mono anemo team. And due to these amazing performers thanks to this set, it's more than deserving of the 7th place. At the 6th place, we have City of Gold with Desert Pavilion and Flower of Paradise Lost artifact sets. This is a perfect example of the concept of this video, since none of these sets are broken or a must-have, but since both are solid sets for a variety of characters, the domain ranking on this list will be better based on that. Desert Pavilion is a solid set for any anemo DPS characters, and even for a character like Xianyun, whose main purpose is to be a healer and enabler, but can also be built as a DPS. And Flower of Paradise Lost is the best set for any EM character that has a focus on the bloom reactions, making it a great domain for any player that likes dendro reactions. For these reasons, it's more than deserved to be at 6th place. Before we go and talk about the top 5, I would like to remind you all to sub to the channel and like this video if you are enjoying it so far. Not only that, but you are also free to follow me on my other socials, especially on Twitch, where you are able to win some free blessings for the game of your choosing. Thank you so much for the support everyone, let's go back to the video. Now we are entering the top 5, and for the 5th place we have Peak of Vingdagnir with Blizzard Strayer and Heart of Depth artifact sets. Heart of Depth is really good for pretty much any hydro DPSs that uses basic or charge attacks, and another plus going for this set is the fact that it doesn't matter if your carry scales with attack or HP, they will always be able to enjoy the full effect of this passive. The same cannot be said for Blizzard Strayer due to the current state of the freeze reaction unfortunately, but nonetheless it's a very good set for pretty much any cryo DPS, offering damage and crit rate. Due to these reasons, I think it deserves the top 5. For the top 4, we have Momiji Dude Court with Shiminawa's and Emblem artifact sets. This domain was during a lot of time the best domain to farm since it was one of that offered the most value, and even though it's not the case anymore, it's still great. Shiminawa's is a good universal set for any attack scaler that has the main focus on dealing damage from their basics, charge or plunges, and Emblem is simply one of the best artifacts on the game. It can be used by support thanks to its energy 2 piece, but it can also be used by DPSs or sub DPSs that rely on their bursts, which are quite a lot. And with this in consideration, it's a great domain for the 4th place. Now, for the top 3 with the bronze medal, we have Spire of Solitary Enlightenment with Deepwood and Gilded Dream artifact sets. This domain was the first to be introduced with the release of Sumeru and for sure stand its ground. Deepwood is the best set for any team that requires any type of dendro reactions since it buffs any character and reaction related to the dendro element. Not only that, but since it can be used on literally anyone, makes it even more valuable. And regarding Gilded Dreams, it's just a better version of Flower of Paradise Lost, because instead of buffing only your bloom related reactions damage, it buffs your EM and attack, making it really good for any DPS that deals reaction damage no matter the element and or scales with attack. And the fact that both sets complement each other so well makes it even more deserving of the bronze medal of the 3rd place. Now for the top 2 with the silver medal, we have the Sanctum of Rainbow Spirits with Scroll of the Hero and the Obsidian Codex artifact sets. Obsidian Codex is the best in-slot option for any Natlan DPS we have so far, since it offers a massive 40% crit rate and some damage bonuses for your Natlan carries. But the true hero of this domain is none other than Scroll of the Hero. See what I did there? Scroll of the Hero being the hero of this domain? Scroll is the definition of a supportive set, and a great one by the way. This set can be used by literally anyone on the game, since the only restriction to trigger its passive is by making a reaction, but its true value comes with the Natlan supports, since with them the effects of the 4-piece gets even bigger. Even though Obsidian Codex will fall off in the future if Hoyo stops launching Night Soul Blessing characters, Scroll of the Hero will forever be good on any buffer that doesn't get a best in slot or on a pre-existent Natlan support, making this domain the winner of the silver medal of the 2nd place. Now for the top one, with the gold medal, and the last domain we are going to talk about now, we have the Denouement of Sin, with Marishosi Hunter and Golden Troop artifact sets. It's funny that ever since Sumeru, Hoyo decided to make the first domain of the region its most important one, but with Fontaine they took it a step ahead. Starting with Golden Troop. It's the best set for any DPS you have that relies on skill damage, since it's all this set gives you. But the set that attracts the most attention from us players is Marishosi Hunter. If this video was made at the start of Fontaine, I would not have ranked this domain as highly as it is, but nowadays the story is totally different. This set is the best set for any character that loses HP so that you maintain the 36% crit rate buff. But if you have Furin on your account, so pretty much any player that haven't started their journey relatively soon, this set becomes a beast and the best set for pretty much anyone you wanna pair with Furin on the team. And for this exact reason, I believe this domain deserves the first place. Even if you don't have Furina, everyone that loses HP can use this set, but if you have her, then you pretty much have the best artifact set for any DPS on the game. Thank you so much for staying until the end. I would like to know your feedback on the comments about your opinion on this rank. Do you agree, or you would change something here? If you like my content, don't forget to leave your sub and to like this video. A special thanks to my members for trying to support me even more, and thank you so much for staying until the end. See you on the next one, stay safe and have an amazing day. Bye!